if there was any trouble of any kind, they took care of it. They would even go into a home and confront the family. If a man wasn't looking after his family right, and they knew about it, they went there and they confronted the man or whoever. And so because they were so respected that people just depended on them for everything.
Oh, it's tough to talk to him, huh? So it'll be different next time, huh? All that they take care of, I see my father do that too. And when we were separate, huh? He talk to them and tell them not to do that next time. And
you do something that you take somebody stuff like that. Old chief will pick you up. If you're down in Delta, I'll send somebody for you. Come back up here. Or get a meeting with him. He'll make you get that gas or whatever he's told. He'll make you get that and return it.
Do not get it. I got to get it that I Gwich'in the vet, police and done. I said, Jacari is like no, I had jail. I had Gwich'in goes to get it. Tanyan the weather to just hero. Get a Gwich'in I could take a guy as the Ako. Yet in a skin this Yenji has a tonnage, 1 month the tonnage. There's a trucker going to tonnage. Tanyan the called the now the hero. Genu. I had a punishment. Ridiculous. Yeah, as that chiefs and the police, chiefs and the what didn't you cut? That's a guinea tie. Oh, and cut the tell. You're chief, I can do. Treasure to grant to take that.
I know that my Didi Paul, who was chief at that time, made a long trip from Big Rock. That's where my grandparents' camp was. And to way up the red because there was a person who was quite mean to his wife. And his wife, the wife walked into the community here and he heard about it.
Well, didn't you correction to my Shahan has a shuttle on check or kicking cuts, didn't you correct it? No one echo, didn't you correct and take.
Everybody spoke the Gwich'in language, and we call it Jinjiju Kinjik. So it was spoken in all the families, and it brought people together. You understood, like, from your heart, like, there was no misinterpretation of what the elders were telling you because the language was so strong, it has its own meaning.
When there was about 3, 4, 5 of us in there start speaking our own language. Boy, that makes you feel good at the end, when you finish, Really nice, that.
I told some children that to get me, titiche means dry branches to make fire with. They went back and they brought me branches, and they said, that thing that you're talking about, we can't find it like that in the bush, they said. So I told them, well, it's dry branches that you gotta get, I told them. So this time they went back and they brought some back for me.
I think with people that have their own language and that have been brought up out on the land, that know their way of life, traditionally, culturally, those are the people that feel good about themselves, and that's why it's so important to take children out on the land while they're just small.
Because our language is our language and we need it to be strong. Chiti takis kono katit on el tin ay ta chukut ako chacho. Konto kut ako chacho ni santa chino hokinchik. No hokinchik ay ta kuyan to bet ako chacho.
In them days, you know, people live off the land. You eat wild meat for ptarmigan, maybe rabbit, grouse, moose, caribou. All that animals, they live off the land, you know, eat off the land. They're eating the medicine, so you eating the meat, the same thing as having medicine.
You know, when people got sick, they weren't well, right away our elders would say, get something fresh. Something like fresh ptarmigan or, you know, spruce chicken, rabbit, fish like that. Something fresh they cook up right away. And a lot of times the broth is what they give first. And then they would give the meat or the fish.
And the gum juice, that helps you too. And there's lots of other medicine could help. It's good for cold. In this, I don't think they even have cold.
Well, there was no drugstore where they went, so they had to know what they could get off the land to heal themselves of illnesses.
People had to look after one another. They had to share because there was not much in the way of any government assistance back them days, so they looked after one another.
Nobody sing to it. Because they give me something for it them days, huh? They help one another. Give things to one another for nothing. Dog, anything. Give to your friend for nothing.
You share your good food, you share your what you can do, always thinking of the other person. And I talk about that because it kept the harmony around our people.
We may not, you know, in reality bring it back, but there are things like respect, sharing, not wasting food, all of those kind of things, helping out other people when they need help, and don't ask for pay for it. Those are the kind of qualities that I'd like to see in this government. And I think if we have all of that, trust in that, we'll have a good government.
Long ago there was no alcohol, there was no social services, there was nothing, and people had a happy life. They were living in the communities on the land, and everyone was taking care of each other. If one family didn't have enough, the families that had enough helped that family.